How to construct a 9-point circle. For this assignment, you will have to construct a 9-point circle all on your own while labeling the points in order to receive full credit. To start this assignment, you will have to go to your home page and create a new document. When this comes up, you will select Geometry. After you have created your geometry page, you will then go to your menu, select Shapes, and then create a triangle. It is best to create a scaling triangle, however, it does not really matter at this point due to the fact that you can change the direction or placement of your points. After you have created your triangle, you will then go to your menu, go to Construction, and select Midpoint. For this, all you have to do is click a side, and the midpoint will be found for you. After you have done that, it is best to label as you go. Go to Control Menu, and the option to label will come up. You will click Label and label your vertices as A, B, and C. You will then label your midpoints as G, H, and I. It does not matter which order you label them in, as long as you have the correct placements. G and I. Afterwards, you will have to find the altitudes of the triangle. For that, you will go to Construction, go to Perpendicular, select a point, and then go to its opposite side. Select a point, click its opposite side, select a point, click its opposite side. In some instances, your triangle may be an obtuse or a right triangle, meaning that its orthocenter will be outside of the triangle. In order to fix that, all you have to do is move one point until your orthocenter is inside the triangle. The orthocenter is where the altitudes of the triangle meet at a point. After this, you will have to go to Points and Lines and select Intersection Point. You will then have to label the feet of the intersection points that include the altitude. As it says here, D, E, F for the feet of the altitudes. So, since the H is in the way of the altitude of B, I would have to move C in order to reach D. Then label the points with D, E, and F. In the beginning, it may seem confusing, but after a few practices, you will eventually get it. I did not label that correctly, so I will go back and fix it. E. So now you have your vertices, the feet of your altitudes, and your midpoints labeled. Now you will have to label J, K, L for the midpoints of the vertices and orthocenter. You'll have to go your Points and Lines, Intersection Points, and put a point on the orthocenter. You will then go to Construction, go to Midpoint, and find the midpoint from each vertice to the orthocenter. So A to the orthocenter, B to the orthocenter, and C to the orthocenter. After that, you have your midpoints from your vertices to the orthocenter. You will be labeling those with J, K, and L. J, K, and L. After you have done that, you will now find the circumcenter of the triangle. Once you find the circumcenter, you will then find the midpoint of the orthocenter and the circumcenter and label that as M. The orthocenter does not have a label and will not need a label. In order to find your circumcenter, you will then go to construction, go to perpendicular bisector, and select two sides. If the two segments are not touching, you will have to manipulate the triangle to where it is touching. You will then go back to menu, points and lines, and intersection points. And then you will plot a point on the intersection of the two perpendicular bisectors. The perpendicular bisector does not need a label either. You will then go to midpoint and find the midpoint from the circumcenter to the orthocenter. So you will go from point to point. After you have done that, you will label that point as M. You are now one step closer into finishing your 9-point circle. The M is the center of the circle. So then you will go to your menu, you will go to shapes, and then you will go to circle. You will click point M and you will expand until your circle goes through all 9 points. It does not matter which point you go to, as long as there are 9 points on the circle. You have now created your 9-point circle and will succeed in Mr. Becker's class. For the best accuracy, I recommend practicing as much as possible in order to make sure you have memorized the steps and the labelings. Good luck!